Where do we stand on All Together Now?
I think I probably read Revolution in the Head before I heard All Together Now. And I think Ian MacDonald and Revolution in the Head, I think describes it as trite enough to have been chanted on English football terraces for years or something like that.
Right.
And then when I eventually heard the song, I thought, I've never heard this on a football terrace. Never heard anyone sing this on a football terrace.
I wonder how many football terraces Ian MacDonald went to. You know?
Right, exactly. But also it doesn't you can see it, the sort of chanting element and the repetitive element of it, it completely suited to football chanting, but it doesn't, but I've never heard it in that context. I mean, also, did Ian MacDonald ever see that video of Liverpool fans singing "She Loves You" in 1964, where they all sing the high note at the same time? It's brilliant. It's just joyous and communal. One of the things about the Beatles, and in particular McCartney's songwriting, is sort of understanding the power of big choruses. So I mean, the songs of theirs and his that are sung on football terraces now include "Hey Jude." They play that at Brentford before every game. I think Nottingham Forest have got a habit of playing "Mull of Kintyre," and they changed the lyrics to do with the City Ground where they play. But there's a reason why it's easy to do with those songs, and that's because they have an understanding of how communality works, of how a big chorus can kind of inculcate fellow feeling, I suppose. And so, all together now, it's incredibly simple, and it's kind of like a nursery rhyme, really. And also, its lyrics are kind of slightly subverting the nursery rhyme, I suppose. And I say that, but I mean, it may just be that they are designed to rhyme and not do much else. Chop the tree, look at me, that kind of thing. But the what was it, yellow, green, brown, red, or whatever the colours are, can I take my friend to bed? Which is like ever so slightly like, ooh, okay, there's something ever so slightly, rude or risque or suggestive in it, Again, it may have just been designed to rhyme and not much more than that.
You'd like to think that they wouldn't just go with the first rhyme that popped into their heads, but who knows? They were so prolific in this period that I am a bit of a sucker for the fact that the All Together Now works on two levels. I just like that. I know it's basic, but like the idea of Paul singing All Together Now is like a rousing call to accompany him in the singing the song itself, but also as a calling out of the unifying experience of everyone being together doing that. I think that's you can imagine Paul thinking of that double meaning and being like, that's a good thing to write a song about, and then coming up with what is just a really simple big chorus, repetitive, catchy, and it works. That's what it's meant to be, right? It's like, what a nice thing. So it's in a similar kind of way to All You Need Is Love. As an approach to a song. It's like you've just got one core idea at the heart of this to create something that people will have stuck in their head for days afterwards, and it works. Yeah,
absolutely. And the phrase "All Together Now" is one that children understand. Because they hear it when they sing together. In class or whatever it is.
That's true.
Everyone understands it. It's easy. By a weird coincidence, about 2 days ago, I heard like a sort of quite a young East European child use the phrase "All Together Now." And I was like, okay, like he was speaking.
Where were you?
I was. Okay, sorry.
Walk us through it.
I was in a pub. I was having a drink on my own, and East European family came in. It was a couple and their child. And I'm going to say the kid was about 8 or something like that. And they spoke very good English. They were speaking English to each other, but English was probably not this kid's first language. And he used the phrase "all together now" at some point when he was talking to his parents, like in the context of "let's sing along." And I realised that this is a phrase that's it's just very well, like it makes sense to children. Like they will hear this. It is a universally understood command to "let's all sing together."